Obvious barriers are just having felony convictions and having 12 to 15 years of no employment record or history. I didn't have like a resume that I could write out. I remember at one point I put on a resume to work at a bakery that I had baking experience because I had been a trustee in the bakery for so long in jail that I'm like, yeah, I know how to run in an industrial kitchen. And that was like the skills that I had to put on there. I think barriers can look like things like your criminal or employment history is a barrier to further employment or to education, especially funding, when you lose funding because of drug convictions, things like that for education. I also had a lot of internal barriers. I had a lack of trust, obviously, of like governmental systems and public safety officials. I had a lack of trust in myself and my ability to, first stay sober, but also like follow through on things. I had spent so long kind of getting to a point where it would get hard and then just running away. So I had barriers kind of on both ends. I also had a young son, he was 3. And so finding childcare and people that I trusted to help me, not just funding, but actual like care providers that I felt like I could leave my kid with. That's like a hard thing to do when you've already like had trouble with keeping your kid. And I wish more than anything that I had somebody there just to be like, hey, I've done this too, and here's how I did it, and not as well-meaning as like the public health nurses are, or the people at the food stamps office. They haven't done it, and so kind of somebody there that I could ask, how do I navigate this thing I've never navigated? That most of the time is related to like a basic need that I need to learn how to do. I also had like a lot of barriers with court ordered treatment and like supervision that I had to like maintain supervision for a long time. I did a drug court program that required like in-person attendance 5 days a week, lots of extra money getting there every day. That's a barrier to employment. And just, I think those are the barriers that we can say, like, here's how to overcome step by step if there's somebody there that can teach you that. It's a lot harder when you're trying to put the puzzle together without that mentorship. Some of the support that I did have, I had a really great recovery community that was like a peer community, was like very helpful, and I had mentorship in that way. Here's how to stay sober through all of this. And that was like really important for me. I had some family support left, but I just didn't know that we had a community of other people that had gone through this experience and that were actively working to support each other and help get through these different steps of like reintegration. I think the knowledge of these resources was lacking for me, and is probably still lacking to people that are being released.